Hello again, friends. Welcome to part 2 of our Elite Four challenge. I believe the second Elite Four member is the Dark type user, whose name escapes me at the moment, but I have Vulcan, our Darmanitan, at the front of the party. Being a fire type should be a pretty good neutral matchup against this guy's name, Grimsley. It's on the tip of my tongue. I think it's Grimsley, something like that. So I always try to start with a neutral Pokemon, that way I can kind of save our ones that are weak or strong against it for a little more strategic use. Alright, Grimsley. Man, oh man, what is going on today? Challengers coming one right after another. Another hint that we're not the first ones here. Well, no matter. I am Grimsley of the Elite Four, and I will fulfill my duty to be your opponent. Alright, Grimsley, bring it on. I'm excited to use Darmanitan here. I was reluctant to give a Fire Punch, because now our only stab attack is Flare Blitz, which does a lot of recoil damage, but I figured having the coverage might be a better idea. And actually, we do have a Fighting type move, so interesting. Might need to do some math here. Alright, so Scrafty is a Dark and Fighting type. So he will be weak to Superpower. The downside about using Superpower is that it will lower my attack and my defense by 1 stage each. So let's see, Superpower is 120, doubled is 240 damage to Scrafty. Flare Blitz is 120, 1.5 times per stab, makes it 180. I also have Charcoal, which I think is another 30 if my math is right, so 210 versus 240. So Superpower will do more. It's like, do I want to lose my attack and defense, or do I want to lose some health? Let's go for the Superpower. Since we are the same level, I want to make sure I can knock out Scrafty in one hit. And I think the Superpower should do it. Darmanitan is pretty strong. No, apparently Scrafty is a little bit more defensive than I thought. Alright, well this is not great because now our defense is lowered. Well, if he's going to use a Sand Attack here, you know, I might be a little strategic actually. I never thought you would use that move. Not a bad choice at all. Thank you. Because we have lowered stats and lowered accuracy, I don't think I want to leave in Vulcan. I think I want to do a reset and switch our Pokemon here. He's probably going to use a full restore too. So now we don't have any fighting types on this team. Interesting. So he, being a fighting type, he's fighting Dark, so he's not going to take any damage from a Psychic move. Not a bad type combination there. Angara and Ariane are both weak to fighting, and the other two are weak to Dark, so let's bring in Delta again. See how she fares against Scrafty here. And I think basically where we'll end up, yes, basically we're where we started, except he's used 1 full restore. And they only have so many, so I will take that. Alright, so all of our moves should be evenly effective. We'll go for Dragon Rush, and good, not a miss. And that did a little more than half, and got the flinch chance. Alright, I do appreciate the extra flinch chance on a Dragon Rush. Overall, I still prefer Dragon Claw just because it's more accurate, even though it has no secondary effect and does less damage. Base power of 80 versus base power of 100. But we can't learn Dragon Claw because Delta has no claws. Once Dragon evolves into Dragonite, you can learn Dragon Claw. But it can also learn Outrage, which is my favorite, not only my favorite Dragon type move, but my favorite move. I'm going to use Thunderbolt because it's the only move I had that's totally accurate. And I was worried he wouldn't use a full restore there, so I wanted to make sure I hit. But even so, let's see how much Thunderbolt does. We might get the Paralysis if we're lucky. Alright, so it didn't do very much. So it looks like we will need to do 2 Dragon Rushes in a row here. Can we get another flinch? Nope. Ooh, Sand Attack. Okay. That's going to hurt because now Dragon Rush is going to be even less accurate. Do I go for a more accurate move? I don't think Thunderbolt will knock it out though. And Aqua Tail and Fire Blast also won't have very good accuracy after a Sand Attack. I think I'm going to just go ahead and risk it. And there we go. Not sure how the math works out, but I think it's still better than a 50-50 chance, even after 1 Sand Attack. And Crocodile. Alright, so... Ooh, Intimidate. I might actually go ahead and switch again. Because now our attack is lowered and our accuracy is lowered. I really want to use Aqua Tail, but with that attack drop and the accuracy drop, I think it's time to probably change Pokemon. Now, who are we going to change to is the question. Crocodile is also a very strong Pokemon, and also when I trained in my first white game. It is ground and dark type. So yeah, a lot of my team is pretty weak to dark, honestly. I didn't really choose this team based on like covering each other's weaknesses. It was more of a matter of like 6 cool Pokemon that just didn't share the same types. And we're a mix of physical and special attackers. I think I might bring in Zenit, expecting an Earthquake. Let's go ahead and do that. And we can retaliate with Focus Blast. Foul play. Ooh, he used a dark type move. Okay, that's going to do more damage than I thought. But we did hang on. Good job, Zenit. And we should be faster. Gengar is very fast. Now, Sludge Bomb is not very effective because he's ground type. Shadow Ball is not very effective because he's dark type. Thunderbolt does nothing. Maybe Alakazam would have been a better bet because of Grass Knot, but if Focus Blast hits, and it does, it'll do a lot of damage. It probably won't be a knockout because we don't get stabbed from it, but it's still going to do a lot of damage to Crocodile. It is a knockout. Ooh, good job, Zenit. More than I thought. Maybe his special defense isn't that high. And Leapard, okay. Ooh, this is interesting because Leapard does have Fake Out, which allows him to go first and would knock me out, except I'm Ghost type. Fake Out is a normal type attack, which means I am not as scared of Leapard as I otherwise would be. So the question is, do I want to risk Focus Blast, which would probably knock out Leapard? It's not that sturdy, but it might miss, 30% chance of missing. Or do I go for the safer Sludge Bomb, which probably wouldn't knock it out? Let's go for Focus Blast. We'll play it a little bit fun here. Didn't get lucky that time. And he uses Night Slash. Alright, down goes Zenith. But that's okay, buddy. You still did a great job. We've taken down 2 of our Pokemon, and we've lost 2 ourselves. We have 4 left. Oh no, we haven't lost 2. We lost 1. So it's really 5 versus 2. Alright, let's bring Vulcan back in here. Actually, let's bring in Angara. Because Leopard's best advantage is its speed. Well, I was going to use Scary Face, but then I want to use Hammer Arm, which is super effective, so let's just go right for Hammer Arm. Hammer Arm's going to slow us down, unfortunately, so there's no real use reducing his speed, if my speed will also be reduced. But the good news is, Angara is very high in defense, so that Night Slash did not do much at all. And down goes his 3rd Pokemon. I'm having a lot of fun with these battles. These are like exciting battles where they're not super easy, but our team is doing a good job nonetheless. Good, but I will never retreat from any battle. Alright, Bisharp is his best one, a Dark and Steel type. Pretty powerful Pokemon, just got a new evolution. The bad news is that we are weak to steel attacks. The good news is he is doubly weak to fighting, so if we can survive 1 steel attack, which maybe he doesn't have. I expect he doesn't have it if he had to use Night Slash. This should be a 1-hit knockout. Even though we don't have Stab, it's 4 times super effective. And down goes Bisharp. Good job, Angara. I think this whole evolutionary line is based after like chess pieces. Pawn Yurt is a pawn, Bisharp is a bishop, and King Gambit is based on a king. Yeah, this text is coming up fast and I can read it, so I'll let you guys read that if you'd like to, but otherwise, that's it for this battle. Whether or not you get to fight at full strength, whether or not luck smiles on you, none of that matters. Only results matter, and a loss is a loss. See, victory shines like a bright light. And right now, you and your Pokemon are shining brilliantly. That voice was totally different than the voice I used beforehand, sorry about that, but maybe your voice changes after you lose a Pokemon battle. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for battle number 2. See you guys right back here for battle number 3.